There is a specific moment I wanted to ask you about today. It's a feeling I think everyone knows, but we rarely talk about it.
Oh? Which moment is that?
It's the moment you unzip your suitcase in a hotel room, or maybe a guest room at a relative's house. The room is perfectly nice, the bed looks soft, everything is quiet. But when you turn out the lights, you just can't sleep.
Ah, yes. You lie there staring at the ceiling, feeling like you're skimming the surface of sleep instead of actually falling into it.
Exactly. I always blame the pillow, or I tell myself I drank coffee too late in the day, but it happens almost every time I travel. Well, I have some good news for you. It isn't the coffee, and it probably isn't the pillow. In the scientific community, what you are describing has a formal name. It's called the first night effect.
The first night effect?
Yes, and it's not a malfunction. It's actually a sign that your brain is working exactly as it was designed to do. Tonight, I want to walk you through why that happens and why feeling restless in a new place is actually a safety feature, not a bug.
So, if it's a safety feature, what is my brain actually doing?
To understand that, we have to look at a study published in 2016 in the journal Current Biology. A team of researchers, led by Dr. Masako Tamaki, wanted to see what was physically happening inside the brain during that first night in a strange place.
And what did they find?
They used neuroimaging, advanced brain scans, on sleeping volunteers. They discovered that on the first night, the two hemispheres of the brain didn't sleep symmetrically. The left hemisphere stayed more vigilant than the right.
Wait, so half the brain is actually awake?
In a way, yes. It maintained a level of electrical activity that suggests it was standing guard. The researchers actually called it night watch. It's an evolutionary echo. If you think back to our ancestors sleeping in the wild, entering a new territory was risky. It wouldn't have been safe to completely shut down.
That makes sense. If you're in a cave you've never been in before, you need a sentry.
Exactly. The study showed that this night watch hemisphere was hypersensitive to odd sounds. It responded much faster to noise than it did on the second or third night. So when you wake up in a hotel because the floor creaked, it's because your left hemisphere poked you and said, "What was that?"
That actually leads perfectly into something else I've noticed. It's not just loud noises that wake me up. I can sleep through a thunderstorm at home, but in a hotel, a quiet footstep in the hallway wakes me up instantly.
That is a perfect observation. This is where environmental psychology comes in. It turns out our brains don't just measure the volume of sound, they measure the meaning of sound.
The meaning?
Yes. There is research, including studies published in the Journal of the Acoustical Society of America, that suggests the brain filters sounds based on familiarity. At home, your brain has categorized the refrigerator hum, the traffic outside, and the house settling as safe background noise.
Right. It knows those sounds belong there.
Precisely. But in a new environment, like that hotel room, the brain hasn't classified the soundscape yet. Is that click the elevator? Is that thud a door closing? Because your night watch system is active, it treats every unclassified sound as a potential threat.
So it's not that the hotel is noisy, it's that the noise is a stranger.
Exactly. It usually takes one night for the brain to learn the acoustic signature of the room. Once it tags those sounds as safe, you can sleep deeply.
You know, there's one other thing I've noticed, and this might sound strange.
Go on.
I sleep better when I bring my own pillowcase. Even if the hotel pillow is softer, mine feels better. I always thought it was just the texture, but maybe it's the smell?
That is not strange at all. In fact, it's backed by very recent science. In 2020, researchers named Hoffer and Chen published a study in Psychological Science about how the scent of a loved one or a familiar person affected sleep efficiency.
And did it help?
Significantly. They found that when participants were exposed to a familiar scent, like a partner's t-shirt, their sleep efficiency improved. And here is the fascinating part. This happened even if they didn't consciously notice the smell.
So the body reacts to the chemistry of the air even if we're not thinking about it.
Yes, A hotel room usually smells like industrial cleaner, or it smells like nothing at all. It lacks the olfactory anchors of home. Your nervous system is chemically adrift. Bringing your own pillowcase brings a chemical signal of safety into that foreign space.
You know, hearing all of this, it really changes how I view travel. I don't really like traveling, or more precisely, I don't like sleeping while I travel. Sometimes I wonder if I could sleep better during trips, wouldn't traveling feel much more enjoyable?
I think it's a fair question. Traveling is exciting, but exhausting.
Exactly. Traveling brings new experiences, new places, new perspectives, and yet it is also tiring. What feels strange is this. The hotel bed I sleep on is often more expensive than the one I use at home. The pillow might be carefully designed, the sheets perfectly clean, and still, my sleep is usually worse, sometimes much worse. I wake up tired, and that affects everything I do the next day.
I think many of our listeners have felt that same frustration.
I've often asked myself why. Maybe it's because the environment is different. The temperature feels unfamiliar, the humidity is slightly off, the air smells different, the light comes from another direction. There are unfamiliar sounds, doors closing, footsteps, voices in the hallway. Even the knowledge that someone stayed in this room before me, or that strangers are sleeping above, below, or next to me, quietly changes how my body feels.
Your body knows it isn't home.
It does. At home, my body knows the space. It recognizes the sounds, the darkness, the silence, even the small imperfections. At a hotel, everything may look comfortable, but nothing feels familiar. And that makes me wonder, maybe sleep is not only about comfort or quality. Maybe sleep is deeply shaped by how safe, familiar, and at ease our environment feels to us.
That is beautifully said. At ease. I think that is the core of what the science tells us.
It certainly makes me feel less guilty about being a bad sleeper on vacation.
You definitely shouldn't feel guilty. Just to recap what we've discussed, that first night effect is your brain actively protecting you. Remember the 2016 Tamaki study. One hemisphere is staying vigilant, acting as a night watchman.
And the way we listen.
Yes, our ears are searching for meaning, not just silence. We're waiting to learn the rhythm of the new room. And as the Hoffer study showed us, even our sense of smell is scanning for the safety signals of home.
So the next time we find ourselves staring at a hotel ceiling, maybe we can just relax into it.
I think so. You can offer yourself a moment of grace. You aren't failing at sleep. You are simply inhabiting a body that is ancient, wise, and working very hard to keep you safe in a new world.
That is a comforting thought. Thank you for walking us through this.
It was a pleasure. Until next time, we wish you a safe and familiar rest.